Hello everyone, happy Friday. Thanks for joining me in today's video. I am sure you are really busy trying to get your holiday shopping done and squared out of the way, so it is even more appreciated that you have carved out a little bit of time to join me in today's art piece. I have pulled out some Daniel Smith watercolors. They are a mix of tubes that I had previously bought and from the Jean Haynes set that I also own, and then I think that was the neutral tint that I pulled out from the sticks that I recently purchased. So these are the colors that I want to work with today. I am also working on a bigger piece of paper. This is the 9 by 12 size, and I have taped it off to about an 8 by 10. I'm trying new things, guys. I am trying to go a little bit bigger. Bigger canvases still kind of intimidate me, but I figured if I start with something that is not so stressful as far as the design goes, it might be a little bit easier for me. So the verdict is still out because this is literally the first bigger piece that I have done in about a year. So we'll see if I'm gonna keep it up. But I felt like this design lent itself perfectly for going a little bit bigger. So that's where I'm at. Going bigger also means I have a hard time fitting it into my frame. So we're also trying a new angle. Let me know if you like this angle or not. Don't know. I think if I'm gonna keep it at an angle, I might have to change the mat that's underneath to something that is less distracting. It's just irking me a little bit that everything is at an angle. if you know where I'm coming from. I usually try to center my camera so that the squares that you see on the mat are equal and centered. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have to switch it around a little bit there as well. Oh, I'm putting salt on there. I'm trying something new, guys. I know I've done it before, but I am trying to remember these things and bring them into my painting style. So I'm also bringing in the saran wrap, the cling wrap foil, but yeah, we're trying out a bunch of new things today. So I bought these different blues and greens and the Daniel Smith watercolor sticks because I thought those are colors that I really enjoy. And wouldn't you know, the moment I received them, I was like, I would really love some softer pinks, some muted colors. So now I'm stuck with these blue ones and green ones when I really feel like I want to paint more softer colors. Go figure. But lucky for me, Christmas is right around the corner, so they're on my Christmas list. And hopefully I will get some new colors that I can then try out, because there are so many colors to choose from. And one, I can't never make up my mind what I want. And two, I also get super overwhelmed trying to pick colors. But don't worry, the blues are still gonna come back, and so will the greens, because I have a couple of greens that I really enjoy, and that is coming from somebody who thought they didn't like green as a color. So I'm surprising myself, but that just goes to show, if you step out of your comfort zone, you might find new colors that you previously thought you didn't like. The same goes for the pinks. I was not a pink person, and I have done a couple of pink paintings that I was indeed saying the same thing, and now I'm craving pink. So we'll see where that goes, but I am excited to get them, even though I don't know which ones I want yet. These little shapes are such a great way to try out new techniques, or techniques that you haven't used in a while, because each individual shape is its own little thing, and together you can make it into one cohesive piece. But if you look at it individually, each one brings something different to the table, and that's what I was trying to do today. Also, if you're wondering what exactly I'm using today, I try to list everything in the description box below the video. If I have forgotten something, just let me know in the comment section and I will add it. But generally, everything I use that I feel like is worth sharing, that I enjoy using, will be down there for you to find and look at. It doesn't mean that you have to buy it through my link, but it's there for you to look at and see what it is exactly. You have the description and everything right there. I keep having to tilt the block of paper because of the glare of my lights. That's something else I need to invest in. I need better lights. My husband has a good light over his desk, and I feel like I might have to invest into something like that. So yeah, that's why I keep tilting the block of paper, because I just can't see where I put the water. There were so many little shapes that I did not film where I put the water down, so forgive me, but I felt it was a little bit redundant, and so I just left it out. I feel like if you can't see what I'm doing, then you might get bored. So the more important part was showing how the colors move on the paper and mix together. I also needed to speed up some of the footage because it's just so much to go through. I had just under 2.5 hours of footage for this piece. Granted, you know, I leave everything in and then I take out the best bits. So not everything in that footage is usable, but still, you know, you have to sit there and go through everything and look at it and see if it's worth keeping. And so you just have to speed up certain parts. So here we are with the finished piece, and now that it is dry, I will be using gold. I have the champagne gold of this brand that I really, really like, and so I decided to buy a few more shades of gold, And I wanted to try this Arabic gold out today just to see if I like it. I'm also taking off the saran wrap and the salt that is now dry. When I first received the golds, I was a little taken aback because I was like, maybe they are too bright, like too... In last week's video, I was talking about the gold pen that I have that I don't like because it's too yellow. So I was a little worried that the yellows and the golds were a little too much in your face. But spoiler alert, I really like this one. So I will definitely be repurchasing that one when it's empty. And then I used a cap from a water pen just to add some shapes to it. The verdict is still out on whether I like how they turned out. So I don't know if I would redo that again next time. But for now, it's fine. Look at that gold. Isn't that pretty? I mean, you can't really see it just yet, but just wait. Just wait. There's bigger pieces in this painting that has more gold in it, and I hope you will love it just as much as I do. If I'm being honest with you guys, I might like these golds better than the Schminke one. There it is. I said it. I don't know. Look at it. Look how shiny that is. It is super easy to apply. That's what I like about it. It's creamy. It is goes on smooth, and it doesn't dissolve into speckles. Sometimes I feel that the Schminke one, the what is it, aqua bronze? Oh my god, I already forgot. Anyway, the Schminke one that I usually use, when there's too much water in it, it tends to kind of spread out, and then all you have is these little flecks. This one doesn't do it, and I really like that about it. This square here, I really enjoyed. It kind of reminds me of that Japanese art style of fixing broken pots and then fill the cracks in with gold. I think it's called kintsugi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it reminded me of, and I really like that. And then for this one, first I thought maybe I would use lines, but then I decided to add the gold on top of the speckles that the salt left behind. And that again is an effect that I really like. I'm just full of new ideas lately. For this one, I was a little worried applying the gold to the wet, and so I waited for everything to be dry to apply the gold, and then I had a little bit of trouble mixing it or blending it in, I should say, with the blue. And you can see it here. I didn't like at first what it looked like, and I realized I just needed to add a little bit more water, and it worked out in the end. But I really like how this turned out as well, and next time I would like to try it wet on wet, just to see how the two mix together. I don't know if you have noticed, but I have been using a different watercolor paper for the I don't know, past few weeks. I've been trying out this Fabriano watercolor paper because I have seen other people use it. My verdict is still out on whether I like it. I have really come to love the Hahnemühle watercolor paper because I like the texture of it. There is just enough texture for me personally, whereas this one, while it has texture, it is much finer, softer texture than the Hahnemühle. So I'm not sure. It's definitely great for the very fine liner pens that I'm using, but I might have to go back to the Hahnemühle once this one is all used up. From what I can tell though is that this paper can also take quite a bit of water, so that's a bonus. Also, I feel like I need to mention that this pen I have been swearing by, and I think I have not used it in a while because it's given me grief. That is to say, please don't be discouraged by my struggles that you have seen me go through with this pen today. Normally it is a great pen and it works really, really well. And I will list it down below, and I will still stand behind this pen even though it gave me a lot of grief today. I just really feel like I haven't used it in a while and it's just a little bit more dry than usual. This goal just reminded me so much of Christmas that I decided to bring in some stars. All right, I think I am going to leave you here to watch the rest of this video with just a little bit more music. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And if you have just found me, or if you've been, coming back for more but have not yet subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you found that subscribe button down below and help me on my journey of growing my channel. Thank you also to my lovely members. I appreciate you all. Thank you for supporting me, and also thank you for all of you who have bought me a coffee. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you know that all of those contributions will go straight back into me expanding my channel and buying new art supplies. I will have a new video ready for you again for next Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world. Stay creative, and I'll see you next week.